Hi everyone, Radhe Radhe. In this video, we're going to be doing the last verse of the chapter. Chapter 15 is over. So, chapter 15, verse 20. And then we have chapter 16, 17, and 18. We just have 3 chapters remaining and it's over. It's almost over. I still have a lot of catching up to do. I ended up losing a lot of time the last many weeks. So I have, I think, 40 days or something of catching up to do. But yeah, I mean, we're almost done with the whole thing. The 2 year project started end of Feb in last year in 2023. And now 2024 is almost over, so it's almost like, one verse a day, 700 days, almost 2 years. And anyway, so I'm going to be going fast the next few days to catch up with the 40 some days that I need to catch up with. And yeah, I'm very excited. I don't know what I'm going to be doing next. I don't know why I'm already talking about it. I don't know what I'm going to be doing as the next round once this thing is over of the one verse a day thing. But it's going to be the next round of something. I mean, maybe the same thing, but like a deeper thing, or I don't know. I've been studying the Bhagavad Gita shloks. I've been memorizing them, learning them. So by the time I start the next round, I'll probably have a better idea. And I've decided to really deep dive into Chaitanya Charan Prabhu. And I will highly encourage you guys also to listen to Chaitanya Charan Prabhu. He is absolutely stunningly amazing. So yeah, I would very, very highly encourage you to listen to him. Okay, so let's call out to Krishna and try to understand this last verse. The last verse is very simple, what he's saying. Not easy to understand, of course, but simple to understand intellectually, simple to understand. The verse itself is simple to understand, not the contents of the verse. You'll understand when we go through it. I don't think I'm making sense right now. Okay, so let's call out to Bhagwan Shri Krishna. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Dear Bhagwan Shri Krishna, please help us understand this verse and please help us understand your words. Thank you so much for giving us your words. Thank you so much for giving us this Gita and for making it so easily accessible to us that we can just access it online, for making it so easily accessible to us in that we have the commentaries of such amazing people that we can read, and those are also easily, freely accessible to us without having to pay a single cent for it online, for making it so easily accessible to us, because we have people, so many lecturers out there who have spoken, given their observations, their commentaries, their understanding, their breakdowns of what the Gita is saying, what your words are saying, so that we can understand, we can listen to all different kinds of people and we can understand. Thank you for giving us all of that information just at our fingertips, all for free, all readily available for us. All we need to do is we have some sincerity, some desire to learn, some desire to dive into this, and then it's all available to us. So thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you so much for giving us this birth, this human birth in this age of the internet, where we have access to all of this and we don't have to go around somehow finding commentary, somehow finding books, somehow finding information, resources. It's just tons and tons of amazing, beautiful information and resources available to us. Please give us the motivation, the strength, the intellect, the focus to be able to actually learn it and absorb it, because there is a ton of information and we don't necessarily know how to utilize all of that information. So please give us the guidance so that we can utilize it and so that we can learn it. And the whole purpose of all of that, please give it to us so that we can attain love for you, so that we can not be covered by jnana karma dinavritam, so that this gyan does not cover us, but the only thing that we get to have is devotional service for you, bhakti for you, prem for you, rag for you. Please help us. Please, please, please help us. We can't do anything on our own at all. We can do absolutely nothing. Please help us. Please help us. Okay. So let's sing the verse together. Iti guhyatamam shastram idamuktam maya nakha etad buddhva buddhi man syat krita krityascha bharata. This is the most confidential part of the Vedic scriptures, O sinless one, Anagha, O sinless one, and it is disclosed now by me. Whoever understands this will become wise and his endeavors will know perfection. So, this is the most confidential part of the Vedic scripture. So, he's saying that the Vedas have all of this information, the good information, because in chapter 2 and chapter 3, he's like ripped apart the Vedas and said that, the Vedas is just all flowery language. And he's talking about going to the demigods and doing that exchange so that we can do rituals for the demigods and they can in exchange, like a shopkeeper, we can go give money to the shopkeeper and the shopkeeper will give us ice cream. So he ripped that apart, and now he's explaining that the Vedas do have the confidential part, the most confidential part of the Vedas do have this concept of bhajan, devotion, which he's mentioned in this chapter 15 in the previous verses multiple times. And the entire Gita so far he's mentioned it multiple times, and he's saying that it is now disclosed, it has been disclosed by me in this chapter, and whoever understands this will become wise and his endeavors will know perfection. Krita krityaha, his endeavors will have endeavors. Krita, I guess karma or something. Karya krita. Krityaha, I'm guessing, is perfection. So yeah, what he is explaining here in the commentary is that the substance, that here, this iti, this is the substance of all revealed scriptures. Iti here, this. Um, and one becomes intelligent and perfect in transcendental knowledge by engaging in his transcendental service. So what he says here is really nice, is that wherever devotional service exists, material contamination cannot coexist. So if you want to know how to reduce your anarthas, how to reduce your contamination, how to go, like, instead of trying to say, a lot of people have talked about this, they have said that how do I remove this attraction that I have for so and so person, for my parents, for my kids, for my spouse, for whatever? How do I reduce that and increase my attraction for God? And I think what he's saying, what Prabhupada here is saying, is that we don't need to do that. We just need to turn towards Krishna, and when we are doing devotional service to Krishna, when we're chanting, when we're thinking about Krishna, then material contamination can simply not coexist. It's not possible. So we just increase that. Sachinandan Maharaj says that in his Living Name book, right? The idea is to chant with taste and devotion, and when we chant with taste and devotion, that light bulb switches on. And so when we do that, during japa, during our chanting sessions, during our 2 hour 16 round chanting, if we're doing that, or however much we're doing, during that time, if we do that, then our contact with Krishna increases during that time itself, and then throughout the day also it increases, and eventually it increases so much that we cannot stop chanting. And then he says, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu said that the ultimate perfection is when we're chanting, when we're eating, breathing, sleeping, we're chanting all the time. Even when we're sleeping, we're chanting all the time. So that happens gradually. Of course, that would gradually meaning decades, lifetimes maybe, but hopefully decades within this lifetime, hopefully. But yes, it's possible. All of that is possible, and to increase that, and the way it's possible is simply add the good in your life and don't worry about the bad. The bad will automatically go away, because when you add the good, this kind of good devotional service in your life, then the bad cannot coexist. Material contamination cannot coexist. This is very, very important. Devotional service. Oh, and then another thing that he says, devotional service to the Lord and the Lord himself are one and the same, because they are spiritual. So when we're doing devotional service to the Lord, we are that is the same thing, that Krishna is present there. Basically, it's the same thing. The Lord is said to be the sun. Ignorance is darkness, and when there is sun, you cannot have darkness. It's just not possible. So we should do a devotional service under the guidance of a bona fide spiritual master. Everyone must take to this consciousness and become intelligent and purified. If a person is very highly intelligent, he is not intelligent if he is not involved in bhajan. So yeah, okay, so let's go here. So to conclude this chapter, he says iti. Yeah, that's what I was focusing on. This means these things. I have given you the gist of all the hidden knowledge of the Vedic scriptures, from the description of this nature, um, from the description of the nature of this world to the differentiation between matter and spirit, and the realization of absolute truth about oneself and God Paramatma, Bhagwan Paramatma, Bhagwan, sorry, Paramatma and then Bhagwan. Um, I assure you that whoever has this knowledge will be enlightened and their deeds will be fruitful and take them towards their ultimate goal, which is God realization. Bhaktivinoda Thakur says, O virtuous one, this Purushottam Tattva is the most confidential treatise. By understanding this, a wise jiva becomes successful. O Bharat, when this yoga is realized by taking refuge in bhakti, all anomalies that come from sense objects are removed. Bhakti is a specific function. In order for it to accomplish its beautiful actions, there must be the purity of the jiva as its refuge and the complete appearance of Bhagwan as its subject. Okay, so we need to have the jiva and Bhagwan. These two things are necessary. As long as one considers Brahman or Paramatma as Bhagavad Tattva, activities in pure bhakti will not be achieved. So it's not Brahman and Paramatma, it is Bhagwan. The conception of Purushottam is Bhagwan, leads to mode of pure bhakti. That's what he had said. Purushottam is Bhagwan. He had said it in the previous verse. This chapter describes the difference between matter and consciousness and the various manifestations of conscious realities. Chaitanya Tattva. Thus ends 15th chapter. Hari Bol. Okay, so we've ended our 15th chapter. We'll start on the 16th chapter in the next video. Wish you a day filled with lots and lots of spiritual realizations and spiritual growth, and lots of mercy from Bhagwan Shri Krishna. Bhagwan Shri Krishna, please, please, please pour a lot of mercy on everyone out there who's trying to attain you. Wish you a beautiful day. Radhe Radhe.